That's a good fish right there. There we go, girl. Woo, man.
This episode of Let's Take It Outside is presented by Ding Darling Wildlife Society Friends Group to the JN Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge, providing a refuge for the wildlife in our life.
What a great place, but to come to Sanibel Island and enjoy the refuge.
Get ready to take a journey with me through the JN Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge. We'll be taking our journey by land and kayak. The JN Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge is located on the sub-barrier island of Sanibel in the Gulf of Mexico. The refuge is part of the largest undeveloped mangrove ecosystem in the United States. It's world famous for its spectacular birding and its habitat for thousands of species of plants and animals. Sanibel Island is known as the shelling capital of the world, and you're going to find out why. The island is legendary for its sugar sand beaches, fresh culinary scene, and no visit is complete without a stop at the historic Dock Forts. First up, we're headed to our hotel, Sanibel Inn, where nature meets the sea. The Sanibel Inn really does have it all. Guest rooms, suites, fully furnished condos. I'm making this my family tradition every year. Stay tuned because we're headed to the heart of the island, the Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge. You're not going to want to miss this.
This episode of Let's Take It Outside is brought to you by Minn Kota Trolling Motors. Built to outlast, outmuscle, and outperform. The most trusted trolling motor on the water. Humminbird Electronics with Mega Down and side imaging. Fish have nowhere to hide. Simply, clearly, better. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Everything you need to take it outside under one roof. Chica Lodge, where legendary fishermen have stayed since 1946. Isla Mirada, the sport fishing capital of the world.
Legendary Adventures offers the best fishing charters in Clearwater, Florida. We're the fastest fleet, taking you further, faster, and better than anybody else. We fish for a wide variety of species and specialize in historic trips to the middle grounds. Our captains are highly experienced and fully licensed. Book your day or overnight trip now. Legendary Adventures, live the legendary life. Shepherd's world-famous Entertainment Beach Resort is the ultimate Florida getaway. Located directly on Gulf waters, you can't get any closer to paradise. Immaculate rooms boast ocean views and high-end upgrades. Shepherd's famous entertainment pleases the whole family, offering water sports, fine dining, live music, a nightclub, and much more. Come visit Shepherd's world-famous resort and experience it for yourself.
Even the most discerning business owners require affordable video production. With our easy, customer-centric approach, you can maintain your sanity whilst getting the job done. Become a legend with Sasquatch Studios.
Hi, this is Misty, and I want you to win big this season. Scan the QR code you see on the screen, text the word TV, and you're entered to win charters, vacation stays, rods, reels, and apparel. Follow us on social media for the weekly winners. gals here at the JN Ding Darling Wildlife Refuge, and I've got Ranger Tony here with me, and she's going to feed us some insider information on what happens on a day-to-day basis, and also some information about the different wildlife here. Tell us what you guys do and how you protect the wildlife refuge.
Yeah, so National Wildlife Refuges are so special. There's over 568 across the whole country, but you're at one of the best.
Right, that's true, that's true.
Lots of visitation because there's so many great things. You can get out on the water. You can stay in your car and drive through, but there's kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding, fishing opportunities, but just bird watching and hiking a nice peaceful trail like this. We're so accessible. There's something for everyone to do. As a ranger, I mean, we're constantly protecting the wildlife and keeping people safe, you know, as they go about. But it's super important that we want people to get out.
What are some of the challenges that you face, you know, as a ranger out here in the refuge? What are some of those things?
Right. I mean, besides obviously not having a lot of other rangers,
right.
You know, the staffing is low here at the refuge, unfortunately. I mean, challenges day to day is working with visitors,
right.
Keeping them safe. But the big thing is keeping people hydrated,
right.
And keeping them safe, like, and having to go out and rescue them because people don't plan. And it's this time of year where it gets hot really quickly, and if you're not ahead of the game,
right. That's
so
true.
we deal with that in Florida all the time when it comes to visitors, keeping them safe, keeping them hydrated. Hats, sunscreen, water, bug spray, you know, all of that is so important.
It's not really just a place for us to come and see, but it's a refuge for so many bird species when they're migrating,
yeah.
Whether they're headed south in the winter or they're going back up north. And I really didn't realize until I studied it more how important places like that are, yeah. Especially for our bird species. Talk about some of the species that you have seen and that are really special here.
Different times of the year, you'll see different things, but we have residents that live all year. But you're exactly right. We are a stopover for migratory birds. If you come in the winter, you know, all of our snowbirds are here, people
right.
with two legs, right? But our true snowbirds are here, like with the huge wingspan, the white pelican that migrates all the way from Minnesota and Wisconsin,
wow.
Canada, that comes and spends the winter here as those lakes and rivers freeze. So the white pelican is the largest bird. Again, white,
they're
9-foot wingspan.
I've seen some.
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
They work together as a team and they fish together. It's awesome. They don't do the diving like the brown pelicans. Mm-hmm. They're 15 pounds, so they're bigger than
right.
the browns. So that's like that iconic bird. But the roseate spoonbill, right? A lot of people think of flamingos. They think of Florida and flamingos.
Right.
The roseate spoonbill is our native pink bird that we have here all year round. So over 245 different species here throughout the year. But at certain times of the year, we joke like, you know, we don't have seasons when it comes to the weather. We have seasons like with birds.
Came here a few weeks ago when the birds were hatching and the fletchlings were still in the nest.
Yes.
We were able to see that, and I said, I have a new passion. I love fishing, I love the outdoors, and now birding is definitely a part of what I'm into.
That's so great.
So I'm starting my list of species as well. So
oh,
a new birder right here. So just to give people a little insight into what some of the things that you could do among the many, of course, here, talk about the manatee and what you're doing and, you know, how you're monitoring it and why right now.
Yeah, so another wildlife season of wildlife. Manatees, we start seeing them this time of year along the Wildlife Drive. And so we do have what seems to be a baby manatee in the impoundment area, and the tide has gone out. So the tide's going to come back, luckily. And so the manatee, we haven't seen the mom.
Right.
And so the manatee's luckily not showing any signs of stress.
Okay.
So we are evaluating the situation. This is a real life thing happening.
Right.
And as the tide will come up, the manatee will hopefully swim through the structure, be reunited with its parent, you know, that type of thing. So, yeah, it's cool. Like every day is a different
It's something.
adventure.
Yeah, you can't script this. You don't know what's going to happen. Another surprising feature of the refuge is they have been voted America's best restroom. Take a look and you can see why. It's really cool. While you're visiting the refuge, make sure to stop in the Visitor and Education Center and show your support by shopping at the Ding Darling Gift Shop. 100% of the proceeds goes directly to the refuge. You can shop in person or online. When you're writing letters to Congress or doing different things, it's really important that we keep our refuges, our national parks, our local parks all up and running and staffed properly. So let's all join together and see if we can help them out with that.
Welcome to Miami Land. Good news, it's not some new man-made theme park, but instead, it's the city's real wild side, Miami's great outdoors. No lines, no tickets, no limits. So, when choosing your next vacation, ask yourself, do you want to be a character in someone else's adventure? Or do you want to write your own?
The J.N. Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge on Sanibel Island, Florida, where every day is a new adventure. Fish, kayak, hike, bike, live your wild at the J.N. Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge.
Children come from different backgrounds with different stories. They learn time-honored values like the importance of faith, hard work, and that an education is something no one can take away. They learn that respect begins with themselves and should be given to others. The Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, where kids learn, laugh, and dream with people who refuse to give up on them. With your donation today, we can give them a brighter tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. Heidi and I have just launched our double kayak here with Tarpon Bay Explorers here in the Ding Darling Wildlife Refuge, and we're gonna go have some fun, so come along.
gotta tell you, the peace and tranquility out here is amazing. You can completely unplug and detach and zen out in this tranquil space.
That's true, but Heidi is making me do all the paddling.
Oh yeah. I gotta put someone to work.
I have to do all the work. It's very tranquil for her. We just found the fish nursery. There's all types of different species in here. The water's so crystal clear. I've seen baby sheep's head, mangrove snapper, snook, mullets jumping in the background. We're going to show you guys some underwater footage of what we're looking at right now. Which is great.
So what we have just found on our trail here is a giant red hermit crab. Right now it doesn't have its shell. It's looking probably for a new home. And so they'll look for the bigger, like the horse conch shells that might be found around here.
Today, we got a really special treat. An entire family of manatees popped up as we were on our way back to the launch site.
They're right in front of us. He's literally on our boat.
Oh my gosh, we love you too. I'm not allowed to hug you, but I want to.
There's one behind us.
Oh shoot. That looks like a baby. Aww. That's so amazing.
I'm not moving.
He's small, yeah. Aww. Oh my gosh. Visiting the refuge, you never know what type of species you're going to encounter. Every day is different. I could not believe the encounter we had with this family of manatees. It was so special. I've never had a manatee hitch a ride on my kayak before.
How pretty this is.
What a great experience today, being able to kayak our journey through the Ding Darling National Refuge. It's so amazing, and I understand more so now than ever why they want to protect and preserve this area. It's just great. We saw so many different species of fish. What did we see, Heidi?
Snook, mullet,
Sheep's head, mangrove snapper,
crabs,
right? Stone crabs, blue crabs, and we also saw a homeless red hermit crab, which you guys will see in the footage. All different species of birds, and anybody can come out here and do it. You want to leave it the way you found it, or better, so make sure you don't leave any trash or plastic out here, because this is a thing of beauty, and you definitely need to come out here and check it out.
So, you want this, but you can't have it without this, or this, or this. Until now, introducing a new way to travel, intranationally. Get all that international charm without ever leaving the country. Right here in St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Get all that culture, all the cuisine from that culture. You're welcome. All the gram-worthy sites from that hashtag culture. Right here at home. St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Travel intranationally.
The good old days of fishing weren't so good for the fish. Having a mount required killing your catch. Today, sportsmen release their fish and order a handcrafted composite mount from King Sailfish. The process is simple. Provide photos or select from the 175 species on our website. Our artists will recreate your trophy catch down to the finest detail. Because we aren't just a mount company, we're a conservation company. Order today at kingsailfishmounts.com.
This episode of Let's Take It Outside is brought to you by Fisherman's Ideal Supply House, St. Pete, Florida. Family owned and operated, your one-stop boating and fishing shop. Penn, superior quality and design. Get ready for the battle. Legendary Adventure Charters, Clearwater, Florida. Charters, legends are made of. Chica Lodge, Isla Mirada. Join us for the All-American Backcountry Tournament November 11th through the 14th and the Presidential Sailfish Tournament January 21st to the 23rd. Be a part of history.
Did you know that the first tarpon caught on rod and reel was recorded in 1885 in Tarpon Bay? And you guessed it, that's part of the J.N. Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge. Fishing in the refuge can be fantastic. It has such a rich variety of environments. It's full of fish. Whether you're hooked on cast netting mullet, jumping monster tarpon, or dunking a shrimp for sheep's head, the refuge has something for you. Everybody, we are at the ends of Sanibel, and I'm so excited because I'm with Maggie, and she's got such a great story to tell. She's a Florida master naturalist, and I'm going to let her actually explain what that means.
Thank you, Misty. Yes, I am a certified coastal Florida Master Naturalist through the University of Florida's Florida Master Naturalist program. And as a naturalist, my job is to interpret the environment and ecosystems to the general public.
And that's one thing that's so indigenous to Sanibel Island, and also the resort as well, the refuge, is it's all about conservation, protection, but being able to enjoy it too. I mean, we've been enjoying it all day, and now we're gonna get to do something really cool. What are you gonna take me to do?
So today, I'm going to be taking you and your crew on a beach walk right in front of the Sanibel Inn.
And we're gonna expose this later, but Maggie has a big surprise.
I do have a little secret that I've been keeping under wraps.
So let's go check it out.
Yeah. There's a couple reasons why we have so many shells wash up on Sanibel. Sanibel sticks out like this, like a little smiley face or banana, out into the Gulf of Mexico. And we have a current that comes by. We have the Gulf Current and the Loop Current that come by, and that pushes large amounts of water over this way. When it does that and comes to the Florida Gulf, it will actually create a counter current that washes a whole bunch of shells right up onto our shelf of Sanibel.
Now I know why it is really the national shelling capital. I mean, that's amazing. Sanibel Island is so magical, and Maggie is about to share one more reason why.
Well, Misty, I normally stay in my land legs during my tours, but because this is a special occasion and you came out here to Sanibel Island, I'll form a little magic and grow out my tail.
How do I do that?
Sorry, Misty, my powers are non-transferable.
Sanibel Island is complete without stopping at Doc Ford's Rum Bar and Grill. Mojitos and Yucatan shrimp are a must for me, but honestly, everything is awesome. Come and visit the J.N. Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge. The refuge is teeming with wildlife. It offers so many ways to experience its beautiful location. Hiking, biking, driving, boating, or kayaking. Come and spend some time with the wildlife. Over 238 bird species visit the refuge each year, and so should you.
Can you do something? I'm filming. He's literally on our boat.
Oh my gosh, we love you too. I'm not allowed to hug you, but I want to.
There's one behind us.
Oh shoot.
That looks like a baby.
Aww. That's so amazing.
I'm not moving.
He's small, yeah. Aww. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing.